And we just passed over something not supposed to be there, something man-made, right underneath the bridge. The tire right there. Don't speak too soon. Got 5 foot of height to it. Definitely could be a BMW. Whoa, what was that? We got a tire. Uh-oh. If I can find a tire, I can find a car. 37-year-old Jonathan Allen Hamby vanished from right here in Granger, Indiana, along with his 2006 black BMW 530i. Today, we're going to be searching various bodies of water that we deem deep enough to conceal his vehicle, and we are not leaving until everything has been searched. So there's been a lot of searches by multiple different agencies on Jonathan's case over the last 5 years. There's also been other YouTubers who have come here and tried to search for Jonathan. We're starting less than 2 blocks from his home, his last verified known location as he left his home. But one thing I know, the ponds right next to his home have never been searched.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
Four feet max. You're not gonna hide a vehicle in there without part of it sticking out. Yeah, it looks like Doug's getting the boat ready to check out this pond. So I'll go give him a hand here.
Feet. A lot of fish in here, holy cow. 7 feet. Vehicle's in here, it's gonna be right over here. Thousands and thousands of fish everywhere in here. Looks really clean so far. 5 feet deep. Getting a really weird shadow right here. But there's no height on it, so I'm not sure what it is. It's too shallow. Yep. Way too shallow. All right, this pond is clear. One step closer, Nick. One step closer.
Let's look at the map.
Let's look at the map.
That pond is only 4 feet deep.
The sonar ball is spot on. So this was detecting 7 foot of depth. That's with an offset of about a foot or 2, and the sonar ball said 8. It doesn't make any sense. He drove his BMW to a gas station and went inside to buy something, came out and took a F-150 and left his BMW behind.
At a different time period?
This was a year before he went missing.
I saw that.
So I think Jonathan definitely struggled with some mental issues.
I agree.
There seems to be a little bit more there than just depression and drugs. You know, he's getting arrested for things that don't even make sense. And then, you know, they're saying he struggles with depression and anxiety. I'm thinking that the fact that that doctor has prescribed him I mean, doctors will prescribe anybody freaking anything nowadays, but let's just give them the benefit of the doubt that they think he was depressed and had anxiety for real. But the other behaviors, like doing what he got locked up for, just doesn't make sense. There seems to be
like schizophrenia type
something.
stuff.
There's something extra there possibly. Well, I had multiple calls into local law enforcement about this, so hopefully they reach back out to me so we can get some clarification on some loose ends with this, as well as Mom. You know, I've reached out to her.
Right.
But you know, I'm gonna respect her space, and you know, until we know otherwise, we're gonna do what we can do to uncover where Jonathan is based on the information that we have at our disposal.
Yep.
St. Joseph River is right to the south. St. Joseph River runs all the way through South Bend. That's my main target area, as well as from the dam over here past these boat ramps. And then we'll focus on clearing through South Bend. And by that time, hopefully we can hear back from some of the representatives from the local sheriff's department, as well as the family, to see if we're missing a piece of information.
We chose this spot today here on the St. Joseph River because a couple reasons. One, it's fairly close to Jonathan's last known location, and two, this area, as far as we know, has not been searched yet. Not that we're only searching areas that haven't been searched, but we figured we'd start in some of these higher probability areas that haven't been searched yet and work our way towards maybe the areas that already have been searched. Because as you guys know, unless we search it, we don't know how good it was searched, so we kind of consider that uncharted territories. So the water's a little bit rough, as you can see today, but it's not terrible. So as long as you kind of stay close to the side, not out in the middle, we should be okay. We just got to keep an eye on that wind and watch your turning radius on the water, and we should be able to pull this off. Visibility looks really good here in this, so if we do have to dive, I'm happy that the visibility is looking pretty good. So we'll see what we find. Let's check it out.
High winds, real high winds. Another little private marina ramp right here. We got two ramps back to back. Four feet deep out here. Starting to deepen up. 10 feet, 11 feet, 13 feet. "25 feet. That type of drop in depth means there has to be some additional scanning over here. That way nothing's hiding. And what you have here at 20 feet, scanning from the middle of this river in, you're never going to know there's cars there unless you end up going almost right over them or right next to them. And any more than 40 feet away, you're never going to see the car. It's just going to hide. It's going to hide on that wall. Work our way over here to this causeway. There's an area where the road comes over this lake, this river. We're on the St. Joseph River. We'll work our way on this shore up to there and then back along both sides of that, and then when we return, we'll cover that other shore over there. It's only 3 feet deep. This river's got a mind of its own. A lot of growth over here on this end. Lots of growth. It makes it really difficult for scanning. You gotta be really, really careful. It's been 5 years, so this growth could have very easily grown up around his vehicle. It could be hiding it. So we do have a guardrail over here, but we know that guardrails don't mean anything to us. They get replaced without being questioned. And vehicles often clear guardrails if they've been in an accident. They can cartwheel over a guardrail, whether that it's a vehicle that has done some type of swerving. You know, it was February, so February in Indiana is really cold. We're in northern Indiana, several miles from Michigan. So this is really, really cold area in February. Could have lost control, cartwheeled over, and or another vehicle could have caused him to crash, and that vehicle just decided to keep going. The growth stopped over here. We're at deeper waters now. It's 20 feet deep. Getting really good readings of the bridge pillar here. And we just passed over something not supposed to be there, something man-made, right underneath the bridge. Should be coming up right now. It's got 5 foot of height to it. Definitely could be a BMW. Just need to get some better sonar imaging on it. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting different angles of it to determine what it is. All right, this is a tell-all scan right here. One thing I'm thinking is it could be some type of old bridge structure. If that's the case, there's going to be more on the other side of those other pillars. There it is. With the scans that I've done, I am 100% that it's not a car. That's a big structure. It's got concrete ridges in it. Let's go see if there's more. All right. Yep, there's another one. Yep. Hold on. Yep. Okay, so we're working with Old Bridge. It's 28 feet right here. Whoa, what was that? That's a great big beam. That sucker's dangerous. I don't think he would have gone off here. You have a guardrail, you have a 6-foot fence. But we're gonna check it anyway. 7 feet deep over here. It's deep enough. All right, so I've had my contact run his license plate. He just got back to me. The 4 systems that he utilizes to run license plates come up with absolutely nothing for his vehicle. So that is very helpful. You might say, Doug, if he doesn't have anything, how is that helpful? The fact that he doesn't have anything is helpful because we know the vehicle has not been driven around since his disappearance. his vehicle has not been driven around with his license plate on it since his disappearance. That's very helpful. Got a bunch of lily pads right there. It's only 2 feet deep right here where we're at. So it's not feasible for us to continue to scan that direction, the lily pads. We are looking for a black BMW. It's gonna have to be in deeper water to be concealed. The bottom here is very beige. So in any water 8 foot or less in this river, it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. But we know this river is very tricky. 2 feet back there, you know, it's already at 7 feet right now. Under the bridge is 30 feet. Then it goes right back up to 3 feet. We got a tire. Uh-oh. That's a tire, son. If I can find a tire, I can find a car. Making some choppy water here. That's our enemy. Wind and choppy water when it comes to scanning. Makes it inaccurate. Right now, though, we're getting by. Tough it out as long as we can. So we need to work our way back west on the St. Joseph River. We just need to get on the other side of the dam. Oh, it's deep.
What's that?
It's deep.
Is it?
Regardless of what the sonar boss says, we gotta put a boat in because there's too much access all the way around this. The apartment complex right over there. The field just runs right into it. Concrete factory over here, asphalt. Let's go. 8 feet deep right here. 15, 16, 16 and a half, 17, 20 feet deep. Right off the edge of this lawn over here. Right up to the parking lot of this neighborhood. Turn around. Right here. At the last big tree. Scan that way. 5 feet. Got a little bit of growth at 5 feet. 6 feet right now where we're at, coming along this edge. Remember, there's a parking lot right here. And a field. Real clean right there. Really interested in the parking lot we pulled into, what's right behind it, and that field next to it. 7.5, 8. Coming into the target territory that we're interested in right now. You can see the trailer right there where we backed into. Three feet deep right here. Not deep enough. Dropping off 6. This tire right there. Don't speak too soon. I think the wind died down too on us, which is great. I cannot believe there's not a car in here. So we know Jonathan was a really big Fighting Irish fan, Notre Dame, the University of Notre Dame sits on the river down there. So if we keep coming up short, we're really gonna beat up the area of the university. See if maybe that's a spot he may have chose due to, you know, being a diehard Fighting Irish fan. Right now we're going to Miami Monkey Island. Snap my fingers and we'll be there. Miami Monkey Island, right off of the St. Joseph River. This is where we're going to begin our next search in this investigation for Jonathan Allen Hamby, 37 years old when he vanished, along with his 2006 black BMW 530xi. He vanished February 26th of 2017. That's wintertime. A BMW 530xi is a car, but it is all-wheel drive. Very, very good all-wheel drive vehicle. This is where we're going to begin our search. Got about 3 feet of visibility right to the bottom here. This park area right here. Drive right off that wall. Right into here. "17 feet deep." That's some type of object over there, but it makes no sense for it to be a car. No, not a car. Weird little ledge there that was cast in the shadow. There's something over here right under this side popping up right now. Oh, not a car. Some weird object. Looking for a BMW. It's going to be very intact. Like I said, if we find him, we're going to be lucky. We have to do something that hasn't been done. We have to choose that location that hasn't been chosen. The pond at the house this morning, the pond that we just went to was really sketchy. And then we're also working with a delay in being reported missing. It's about a week before his mother reported him missing. She realized he hadn't come home or no contact. His friend, his boss, and his mom all said that he was different. Something was off with him. As a loved one, if something bad has happened to your loved one, you're always going to go to the worst case scenario first until proven otherwise, because it's legitimate that something could have happened to him. Somebody could have done something to him. So that's a fair assessment to make. And he's a man, you know, he's a 37-year-old grown man. Us as men, we internalize things and don't necessarily talk about our feelings. And I think it's really important for anybody, you know, don't hold that in. It's not worth keeping it in. Talk to somebody, anybody. That's being tough. That's being a real man, is talking to somebody, being man enough to let your guard down and not live to that stereotype of just being, oh, I can't talk about my feelings, or I'm gonna, you know, it's not about that. It's just talk. It may be hard, but somebody, anybody, you know, it's never too late. And even if you think the people you're talking to don't care, just talk. Get it out of you. Don't hold it in. To think that he was struggling with those things, you know, and he didn't even talk to his mom. That's tough. That's real tough. He had a best friend that even said that no matter what, no matter how bad things were, John would talk to him and tell him about things. What was so bad, what was so heavy that John couldn't talk about to his mom or his best friend? shallow. The dam's right there. Only one of the locks is open to the dam. And you can see it's really, really shallow. See all the birds standing in the middle, all the way across. We gotta make our way through this shallow water right here to the other side over there. On the corners of those bridges, there's no guardrail. So if you run off the road and miss the bridge, you're gonna come right down here into the river up there. 5 feet. You see where that car is pulled. You can dump a car right there, right off the edge. It's only 3 feet deep here, 2.5. You won't be dumping a car right there. If you do, it's not going to be concealed. There's a ledge right there. We got to make our way over there, see if there's anything lurking beneath the surface of that parking lot. Too shallow. 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 feet. Yeah, can't get anything in there. Feet deep isn't going to help us. A little bit more depth than that. Getting some weird shadows over here. Okay. All right, I got a better look at that. Got a better look at that. Nothing, nothing. Nothing. Boom. And it just shallows out. It's not deep enough right there. It's a bunch of growth. A lot of growth. We got 5 feet of visibility in here, man. You know what that tells me? We are looking for very, very deep water. In this river, at least. It's so clean. I mean, look at it. Just passed over something really small. But I'm not gonna say it's just small as this. It's bigger than a shopping cart. And it's a foot tall. Not what we're looking for. And there's no way you're hiding a car in here unless in less than 6 feet, or you're not hiding. It's going to have to be 8, 10 feet or more because of the amount of visibility. It's so crystal clear. Yeah. Up top though, above the dam and stuff, it's pretty deep up there. It got down to like 27 something feet. Just not in this section. And arguably, we know we're downtown South Bend. We're outside of the the scope of our search area. We're just really trying to exhaust the major body of water, near where he vanished from. We've done that. Other search teams that have been there have done the same thing. So it doesn't surprise me that we have come up empty-handed until now. Not that I ever consider what anybody else has done prior to us as being 100%. But when we get here and we can confirm there's incredible visibility, I can give some of the things that were done prior to us arriving here some merit. And it's just like, look at that. It's just beautiful. Beautiful bottom. Like, there's hardly any anomalies whatsoever. So we just reached the cutoff point in the river due to another spillway dam. that led us back to where we were earlier. So we have completely exhausted the St. Joseph River in the search radius we have for Jonathan, as well as far outside of it. You know, we went far north, northeast and west of town, down through South Bend, and up north of South Bend either. There was a boat ramp that we were able to clear. It was really, really shallow area there. You could see with the drone. You know, the only cars that are here in this area, you know, are the vehicles that have already been cleared by other divers in this area that were here as well. And we're just not coming up with anything other than what has already been found. It leads me really to believe, like, what happened to Jonathan? Where is Jonathan? Where is Jonathan? Jonathan very well could still be out there. It's been 5 years. I would say it's really, really unbelievable that he would go 5 years without speaking to his mom. You know, he had a really good relationship with his mom. So I'd hate to believe somebody could, you know, go from having a really good open communication relationship with his mom and then just all of a sudden nothing whatsoever. She's thinking the worst. It doesn't mean that he isn't somewhere that we just haven't searched. There's hundreds of little lakes here, hundreds. It would take months to clear all the little lakes and ponds in this region. Unfortunately, you know, we have to utilize our resource in cases like this where we are limited to information and direct those resources to the most probable locations. I mean, that's what we've done so far based on the information that we have. We get more information, we'll revisit the case, go over it some more, come back based on new information and conduct a new search. And it's only a foot deep here on this side. You know, you're not hiding those silver rims. You know, you're not hiding the emblems, the license plates. I mean, all of that is going to be really visible in this water. So we came up empty. You know, every search is a successful search because we know where they're not.
Right.
Plus, if we don't find them, you guys at home are able to take this, digest it, and give us information that could possibly lead us to coming back and solving the case. It's happened several times. So I know at the end of the day, that's what we're working with, and I'm okay with that. We have to be okay with hanging our hat on the fact that it isn't over. Just because it didn't get solved today doesn't mean that it's not going to.
There's some sort of information, so the next time we circle back around on this case, we have another lead, another direction to go, any information to help us go in the right direction. So until then, we want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for supporting everything we do. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's free to do so, and that's what enables us to travel around the country and help bring answers to families of missing loved ones. And thank you so much again for watching. Have a good day.